Hello and welcome to the TSN Sandbox guide for the Helm console. I'm just going to go over the basic functions of the Helm console, how it works, how to control things. This is just kind of non-scripted, so I'll go through as much as I can, and then I'll do proper scripted guides at another point. This is your Helm screen. This is the maneuver console in particular, so it's a sub-console of the Helm. Top right hand corner, you've got all your normal ship stats, just like you would have on Artemis 2 if you're familiar with Artemis 2. Top left corner is a 3D view, so you've got like an external view of your ship, give you a bit more situational awareness. Below that are your camera controls for your 3D view, so you can go into like chase or change it to left, right, and back views. Below that's an initiate dock button, so when you're near a station, as long as you're configured correctly to be able to dock with that station, you'll be able to initiate the dock. Below that is your warp and your direction controls. So there's a couple of different ways of controlling the direction. I'll go into that in a moment. But to control your speed, you have this indicator here. So at the moment, this shows complete like grayed out. They grayed out the dull colors. It means that there's no speed applied. As you increase, you'll see it illuminate, and that will be increasing in speed. This is what moving at impulse. So when it's green to yellow, it's moving at impulse. So I can increase and decrease my impulse speed by clicking and dragging. I can also click the reverse at the bottom. That will put me in reverse impulse speed. You can see in the 3D view in the top left corner, we're now in reverse impulse speed. And then to go into warp, you have to select the warp toggle at the top. You click that, you then have 4 different levels of warp. You've got warp 2, warp 3, warp 4 is all the way at the top, and you can decrease that warp well by just clicking. And then to come out of warp entirely, you click the toggle at the top, and then you're out of warp entirely. This interface here allows you to turn left and right. So you can click and you can drag, turn right. You can click and drag to turn left, and you can keep that left and right. More advanced Helm controls include the ability to be able to drag up and down to increase or decrease your height. I have that switched off at the moment just to keep things simple. This then in the middle is your main 2D view. I've got this set to medium at the moment. At the bottom, you can center your ship and set to a close range view. This next icon is a medium range view, and then this larger icon is the long range view. So it just zooms it your view in and out. You can also use your scroll wheel to zoom in and out like this. And then if you click and drag on the screen, it will move you away from that locked view on your ship. You've got to be mindful of that because as your ship maneuvers now, you're not actually locked to the way that it's facing. It can become a little bit confusing. So I suggest that if you do accidentally click and drag, click back and it recenters your view and puts you back in line with your own ship. I'm going to move into Chorus Command to dock up with it. So I'm just going to go to Warp, zoom in a little bit so I can see how close I am. And then I'm going to drop out of warp. To dock with a station, you need the operations officer to have contacted the station, got the required docking codes, entered them in the system, and then confirm that they've done that. If you want to see how that's done, you need to go to a different video and I'll guide you through that. Once you know that your operations officer has done that, you can move into within 600 of the station and click the initiate dock. You'll get indications in the bottom right saying that the dock's initiated, and once it's complete, you get the docking complete. Because of the distance I was at, it was just instant. There's also the release dock here, so then you can release the dock. The docking will automatically release if you move away from the base or if shields raise, so just be mindful of that. The last things to look at then are the pilot console and the jump control. So this is the pilot console. Here, all it does is it swaps your 3D view for your 2D view. Everything else is in the same position. So it just gives you that 3D view nice and big in the center of your screen. And then finally, the jump control. At the moment, this is still something that's being developed, so it's not finished. The user interface will change a little bit. you'll see that there's a button on the left that says Node Interface, and then there's a grey bar on the right, and above it there's the text stream as well. You can see my docking messages there from earlier. When you are close to a jump point, you can scan for the jump points and lock onto them, and it allows you to jump to the next system. To scan for jump points, I just click the node interface, and then this here is our progress bar, and you can see it filling up. You can also see the status update of scanning for jump nodes has come up. And then once it's complete, it says what happened with that scan and if you managed to locate any local jump nodes. So the scan was failed and there's no local jump nodes here because I'm not close to anything. I'm going to switch back to maneuver and I'll find the local jump node. Okay, so here we are at Lyria Gate, and we're going to move in closer to it, be able to interface with this jump node. You need to be within 2000 for the node interface to work. So I'm just going to move in here. That's within 2000. There we go. Now if I go to my jump control and scan again using my node interface, you can see the progress bar going up again. And then once that's completed, it should read that there is one jump node close by. There we go. Jump node identified and an uplink complete. The destinations are listed at the top in the middle. You can see this will take me to the Ikara gate. And then I've got an activate jump button and a disconnect button. So before I activate the jump, I'm going to make sure I'm close enough to the node. You can also see on your maneuver screen the activate jump buttons being added as well, so that you don't have to move backwards and forwards once you've configured your jump control. If I come to a stop right next to this jump node and then click activate jump, it'll enter the jump process. This takes a varying amount of time. It depends which jump nodes that you go in between. If you played Artemis 2 with the TSN, then you'll know these as jump gates. So the further away the distance, the longer this process will go on. The closer it is, the shorter it will be. And then as we go through it, it's a certain length of time, we'll drop out and we'll find ourselves next to the Ikara gate. There we go. We've dropped out and I can zoom out, and now you can see the stations have changed because I'm in a new system. I'm in the Freya system. That's everything with the Helm's console. I hope that it was a nice, easy, quick guide just to go over the basics. I'll be going over the consoles in videos.